Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Fran off screen. This is Frantastic Pins. Today is another long-awaited organizing pins video. If you're new to the channel, this is one of the most popular videos. I'm very behind, so let's just get into it. Friends, so not much has changed since the last time I organized pins. Well, a lot has changed, but not much has changed in my organization process. So as usual, I do have my buckets of pins here that we need to organize, as well as some pin mail that I just did not get to filming. So we're gonna start there. As always in my process, I have my Ziplocs full of Mickey backs, as well as a separate Ziploc for circle backs or LOUNGEFLY backs or fantasy pin backs, kind of like the non-Mickey head shaped figures. So I'm gonna have those two handy on the side as well. And then I do have this empty bin in case we do purge some pins, or if I decide I want to put pins up for trade or give it to a friend. So that's what that's there for. This bucket here is all of my boxed pins. I take them out every time I organize pins in case I change my mind about wanting to put them in books. So I do have this out. I'm gonna move it off screen while we organize. And then towards the end of the video, obviously we're going to keep the backer cards organized as well. So nothing has changed in my system. I'll talk a little bit more about the system afterwards. And then I do have a bunch of backer cards that I haven't actually filed away in the correct Ziploc, so we'll get to that towards the end of this video. So these two bins are actually going to move over so that we can get to the first parts of pin organization. So pin backs will go to the side as well. As usual, step one in my organizing pins process is I take all the pins that need to go into their homes and I separate them by category of like how I store them in my pin books. And then off camera, I do have all of my crack and trade pin books. The way that I categorize the pins that need to go home is by who belongs in the same books together. So I do have my stack of books on the side. And so let's go ahead and dive into step one, organize pins by collection category. All right, friends, so that was not nearly as bad as I thought. I think I've also gotten a handle on like pin purchasing. So really quickly, here is where I'm at with my collections. I've got stuff to add to Princess and the Frog down here. I've got a couple to add to Little Mermaid, one to add to Tangled, Pixar, Aladdin, one, I don't know if you can see this, one for Tink, one for Moana, couple Mickey, Minnie, and then I've got Zootopia, Winnie the Pooh, and Hercules, which I think might be the largest pile, next to Cats, Jungle Cruise, Disney Dream Destination. So that's gonna go on my frame. I've got Marvel here, Kermit for Muppets, Jacob's Collection, Lion King Jacob's Collection, and Star Wars Jacob's Collection. I did add a couple of pins to my traders. I did open a Mickey loot box. Hopefully you've seen already, otherwise spoiler alert. So now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna pull out the different areas, or not the different areas, the different books to organize by. And then slowly but surely, we are gonna get these pins into their homes. As I'm going through the pins, you'll see that when I take a pin off of a backer card, I have some handy dandy post-its, or I should have some handy dandy post-its nearby, so that way I can write a description of the pin, stick it on the backer card, and then create a stack of backer cards for us to reorganize. Since I do have Princess and the Frog already by here, I believe this is Princess and the Frog and Moana. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab those pins. We'll put the pins where they belong, and then we'll move on to the next one. I don't think I'm gonna get into the nitty-gritty of like curating my pins. I do want to do a YouTube live where I reorganize them so that they look pretty. But it looks like I'm starting this like Lottie Young Tiana collection, but I did find a space for Lottie there. So that's gonna do it for Princess and the Frog and Moana. And then because there's so few pins for Little Mermaid, Tink, and Punzi, I think we'll time lapse through all of those books and then see where we land there. I'll probably also open up my Aladdin book since I have a lot of princesses together, and then we'll take a break after the Aladdin book and see our progress. I realized I didn't stop with the princesses, but it's okay, not much changed there. And we will be going live more frequently, and reorganizing my pins is part of what I plan to do, as well as Vlogmas is coming up and I'll be doing a whole pin tours. I'm running out of space in my Pixar collection, but I'm really sad about this pin. This pin should be the 4th pin in this series. And this is the Lamplight Lounge series, and I just need that pin to come out. So if this pin can come out this Christmas, that would be amazing, because I will be at the parks in December. So that's gonna do it for the Pixar collection. We do have a couple more to go, so I'm just gonna time lapse through as much as I can and then stop to chat if I think it's noteworthy. So enjoy the time lapse. Let's get into it. Well, it probably looks really short to you because it's time lapse, but I did want to stop at this pin book here. This book is kind of like the new favorites that doesn't fall under like a bigger umbrella. So I did start this off as my Hercules book because I thought the blue was a great color. So this is kind of where I landed with just putting them there for now. I did have a lot to add to Zootopia. Very excited about this WDI cluster. And I do need Nick from this, what is this, Hong Kong or Shanghai? This is a Shanghai Hidden Mickey set, so I do need Nick Wilde from that set. And then I am very excited that our Winnie the Pooh collection is kind of growing. I am a little stumped because I know I kept Rue from the Adorb set and I don't know where it is. That's kind of the progress there. I wanted to get rid of the Raya collection just because there weren't any other pins that I was really excited about, but Jacob said we should keep it, so we've kept it. And then we do have one more page front and back for any future collections that we want to have like a small section for. That's a very exciting book. We are, I think, halfway through organizing. Now I'm gonna move over to the cat collection book, and then I do want to give you an update on that once we're done with the time lapse. Another book down, we've got the cats collection. Very excited about the 2 new additions to the front. Next we'll be looking for the Aristocats, Duchess and O'Malley, Dinah, Yzma, Cheshire, and then I don't want to collect the whole set, I just want to collect the cats that I kind of like. Added a Figaro PTD here. This has been an ISO for very long, so I got that in a recent trade. And then added my random Grail acquisition here. Minnie Mouse does have a page in here just because Minnie had a couple pins with Figaro, but now I don't really know what to do with that page. But this is a fun little book. Really loving our cats collection so far. And then now I think I need to go back into the Hercules book because I completely forgot about wanting to put the Jungle Cruise marquees in here. So I'm gonna do that really quick and probably hop right over to Marvel Star Wars. So I will see you at the end of this next time lapse. Explain myself here. So I pulled out Jacob's pin books and I saw that there was a bunch of like Muppets pins and like just some of his favorite pins that hadn't been organized yet. And I just thought, you know what? We're planning on doing a couple lives in the future. Maybe we could start with trying to figure out what's going on with Jacob's collections, because we are starting to collect like the Avengers marquees, especially for the newer movies that are coming out. We do have the Eternals marquee that should be here already. We have Avengers Endgame on Jacob's Park backpack. So I feel like we just need to figure out what is happening here and how we want to organize Jacob's pins, and maybe he may even want to purge some pins. I'm just gonna leave that to the side. So that was a very short time lapse, but then here is a fun other detail I can show you. This is the Disney Destinations or Disney Dream Destination series. This is the pin frame for the Princess Castle set, and when the Disney stores were all closing back in September, I went to the one in San Francisco and they had a bunch of these for sale. So I got this for like, I want to say it ended up being like 30-40 bucks. I have a fun idea for what to do with this set once it's complete. So for now, I'm putting them in here with their backer cards, and I'm hoping that the next 3 come out. It's really weird that the next 3 haven't come out because it's already November, so I feel like October and November should have released, and then we have the December one. That's this frame. This kind of wraps up putting pins where they belong. All that's left for us to do now is go ahead and organize the backer cards that we have here. I try to kind of keep them generally in the category they should belong in. So if this is the first pin organization video you're watching, thanks for making it this far in the video. This is how I organize my backer cards. So I do use like the snack Ziplocs, and then I use the tab, and with a Sharpie I write the categories. So this is Aladdin, I've got Aristocats, I have a random one here, I don't know where that belongs, but I basically have a Ziploc for each collection or each movie, and then I alphabetize them. So that way, even if I rearrange my pin books, I can always make sure that Moana's here, Robin Hood's here, that Tinkerbell is here. And so there is a whole stack here that maybe I need to create a Ziploc for them. So let's see what we have here, and then we can go ahead and start putting them away. Backer cards are put away, my pin backs are put away. I do have some traders that I've put here. That's gonna go in a trader bin, and now I have 2 empty bins for more pin mail should they come in. That was today's video. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to give this video a like. Comment down below, if we did go live on YouTube, which collection book would you want us to redecorate and like reorganize first? That'll help us just determine when we want to do that. And as always, I hope to see you at the next video. Vlogmas is coming up very, very, very quickly. I hope you'll join us for the month of December. Until our next video, my friends, have a frantastic day.